Imagine this. A brilliant scientist, a guy who could have cured cancer or something like that, but instead, he gets obsessed with bat. What's wrong with that, right? Well, it turns out this genius, Robert Langstrom, injects himself with an experimental formula that turns him into a giant bat. Yeah, you read that right. Man-Bat, the winged monster that howls at the moon and terrorizes Gotham. At first, Langstrom thinks he's achieved the impossible, giving humans the senses of a bat. But he soon realizes that he's become a wild creature, driven by animal instincts. He loses control, becomes aggressive, and of course, Batman has to step in. A villain or a victim. The interesting thing about Man-Bat is that he's not just a monster. He's a man trapped in a beast's body. Sometimes, when the formula wears off, Langstrom is himself again and suffers for what he becomes. Batman, who always seeks redemption, has tried to help Langstrom find a cure, but science and darkness sometimes combine in very dangerous ways. Why do we find Man-Bat fascinating? Science gone wrong. Who hasn't seen a horror movie where a scientific experiment backfires? Man-Bat is the comic book version of that premise, but with a more human and tragic touch. The struggle between man and beast. It's a story that talks about our own fears and the thin line between civilization and barbarism. A villain with depth. Unlike other villains who only seek chaos, Man-Bat is a complex character with motivations and internal conflict. In short, Man-Bat is much more than just a flying monster. He's a character study, an exploration of human nature, and a reminder that even the brightest scientists can make mistakes with devastating consequences. What do you think? Want to know more about this peculiar character? We can talk about his appearances in the comics, in the animated series, or even in the video games. The possibilities are endless. And you, who's your favorite DC Comics villain?